Hey there, welcome to your Neo-Feminine forecast for the week of April 24th. This week is all about clear insights. My name is Shauna McGrath. I'm an astrologer and a counselor coach to women. So in this video, I'll share with you the two main aspects in astrology, and then I have 3 tips for you to harness this energy to live a most fulfilling, authentic, and creative life. So, the main aspects this week are that we have a new moon in Taurus on Wednesday, and then Mercury will join Uranus. So this energy, there's a lot of potential for receiving clarity, for receiving new insights, and for making breakthroughs at an internal level. This is not necessarily the week to pull the trigger on things, but I imagine for you that it may be a week where you get very clear on what it is that you want to do in the coming weeks, in the coming month, even the coming year. So the first aspect is Mercury joining Uranus. So Mercury is communication, thought process. It's when it's retrograde like it is now, there's this idea of thinking about things. It's a contemplative kind of energy. And especially because this is happening in the sign of Aries, Aries is the self. Mercury in Aries may have you thinking about what it is that you need and what you want as an individual in order to be in the world. It's more ego-focused, not in a negative way, but it's like, what do you need as a person to be in the world? And so when Mercury comes into contact, when Mercury conjuncts Uranus, Uranus is all about personal freedom, it's about unconventionality, and Uranus has this way of bringing in unexpected things. So with Uranus coming into contact with Mercury, there may be unexpected insights. There may be this, especially because Mercury is retrograde, it's more of an internal process. You may have like this awakening, like this aha moment, a light bulb, something like this. Or you may just become very clear on how it is that you want to move forward. So again, this is more of a time of getting clear internally on what it is that you want, and then pulling the trigger after Mercury is retrograde. So Mercury will go direct. The retrograde will end on Wednesday, May 3rd at 9:33 a.m. Pacific time. So I feel this week is a time for clear thinking, for getting your contemplation stuff worked out. And then next week is the time for putting that into action, for actually taking steps. And that works very harmoniously with the new moon in Taurus on Wednesday. So this new moon is actually very stabilizing. It's at 6 degrees of Taurus. It's really cool because Taurus is a stabilizing energy. Taurus is an earth sign and it's a fixed sign. So very practical, and it may have you focusing on things around security, around money, around sustainability, and physical comfort as well. Taurus is also very focused on the here, the now, you know, it's earth energy. So it's like, what do I need to feel comfortable? And what new thing, new moon is coming into my life that I want that will assist around money, finances, the ability to root, to sustain yourself. That's all Taurus energy. So when there's a new moon, it's like the seed is being planted. So the new moon is actually really a time of a more internal kind of energy. And then the week following is the time where you move out into the world. So it plays off of this Mercury-Uranus energy very well, where this week is more about reflection, contemplation, and getting clear and focused. And then next week, with all of that clarity and focus, you can move forward and move into the world and take action. So I have 3 tips for you to harness this energy. Tip number 1 is today, at the beginning of the week, to write down a question to the universe. So if there's something that you want to get clear on, it could be a big issue, little issue, whether it's a decision or just something that you want to know about, write that down, write that shit down, because you're essentially creating a ritual around what it is that you want to receive this week. With this Mercury-Uranus energy, this is very powerful to receive answers. So write that down, put it somewhere in a special place, and know that you'll receive the clarity. It might be in an unexpected way, which is very Uranus, but you'll receive it. So that's tip number 1, to write down a question to the universe. Tip number 2 is to trust yourself. So this is so important because this energy is more reflective. So the guidance that you get this week, the clarity that you get this week, it may feel subtle, and it may feel a little bit unconventional. So I want you to trust yourself this week. That's really important, especially with Uranus involved. Uranus is unconventional, and it may come quite unexpectedly. So I want you to trust yourself to know that you know what's right for you. That's what the heart of this energy is that you know what it is that you need, you know what's right for you, and you can make decisions based off of that knowing. In fact, that's the best way to make decisions, off of that internal knowing. So that's tip number 2, trust yourself. Tip number 3 is along these same lines, to be open to unconventional insights. So you might get an idea, or you might get an interest to investigate something. Maybe something is interesting, but it seems very unconventional. I want you to follow that. I want you to be open to it, because even if that interest or that idea, even if it doesn't play out the way that you think it will lead you to something. So it's important to follow the clues, to follow the little breadcrumbs that the universe is leaving for you this week. Super important. So that is tip number 3, to be open to unconventional insights and ideas. So that's your horoscope for the week. I hope that you have an amazing week, and I'm sending lots of love. I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.